What is love? Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me in my What is Love project. 30 days exploring what is not, and whatever is love. Day 6 Holding Hands. Yesterday, I've got a comment in one of my videos. It was from my dear friend and colleague Hara Kajiki. She wrote, "Love is holding hands." Hara is a Greek person from Greece and now she lives in Berlin. And I call her my little crib. Because once upon a time, when I was allergic to holding hands, Hara held both of my hands in her hands. That happened a few years ago. We both went to Germany to attend a healing practitioner gathering. Hara and I had met only once previously, and the night before the event, we stayed in the same hotel room. But when we arrived at the venue together, we separated because she started talking with different people, whereas I was just too shy. And so I found a seat in the corner and I sat there and hid, like I usually did at the time. And when I was sitting there, I started getting very anxious. I didn't know why at the time, but now I know. When there's a large group of people like healing practitioners who make it their job to raise their vibration, when they come together, they all carry so much light. And together, the energy is so bright and pure that all my impurity had to come out. So I was sitting there, not sure what was happening with all the anxiety. And also I was used to be a very anxious person. I was anxious even if someone stopped by a stranger and asked me for direction. I was anxious about everything. And so while I was bursting with this anxiety, I also tried really hard to look calm and confident outside. Because what would people think? These are all my peers, and they are all having a good time chatting with each other, all looking strong and confident. I didn't want to be the only one falling apart. Hara settled somewhere else. She found a seat elsewhere, but then somehow she noticed me and she sat next to me. And I thought, okay, I better say something. So I turned to Hara and I said, I want to go home. And Hara said, why? And I told her that I was feeling very scared and I just wanted to go home. And Hara said, give me your hands. A whole list of possibilities flew across my brains. I'm kind of like a nerd who just like all the healing methods. And I thought, I don't know what she was going to do. So anyway, even though I didn't really like people touching my hands anyway, I gave her my hands. And all she did was take my hand and she closed them and she placed her hands outside, holding my hands like that. And she smiled. I cried a little bit, and then very quickly, I calmed down. It was like magic. And when I look back at that event, I thought if I had stood up and make an announcement and say, hey everyone, I am feeling really anxious here, please help me. I think many of those kind people there would have come up and helped me. They would be like, yes, of course, we are here. Let's sort you out. And then we can enjoy the day together. And the people who just stay put, they probably just know that I am taken care of. Of course, I didn't do that. You see, I've been trying so hard to be independent. I don't even know since when. Perhaps it started when my parents first stopped holding my hands. Or maybe it started when I first refused to let them hold my hands, wanting so much to be like adults, walking on their own. And after so many years trying to be independent, trying to be strong, being on my own, I got this belief that it's bad to show weakness. It's horribly wrong. If I ever seek help, I'll be a failure. So, do you do that? Do you actively share your stress or worries with your friends, your colleagues, your wife, your husband, your partner? Are you the first one to offer help to all your friends and family, even before they ask? Do you always keep a smiley face, always looking strong and confident so that people around you can rely on you? Would you sometimes, when again you're listening to your friends telling you they're upset, would you think, well, it's not easy for me also? Oh well. Is it so hard to just say to them, you know what? Maybe you can listen to me as well. I also want to talk about my worries and my stress. After Hara held my hand, after the day I started thinking, you know, my colleagues, my friends, even husband, wife, partner, these are all our peers. There isn't a competition for who is the most independent, who is the strongest, most confident. There isn't. We also love walking together in life. Yes, we have different paths. We might not see each other all the time. But whenever we cross paths, and when we see a friend falling down on the street, of course we'll reach out our hand and say, hey, let me help you up so that you can continue once you're well. And I'm sure our peers would do that for us. But then they wouldn't know that they need to hold out their hands when we try so hard to look independent, strong, and confident, while secretly hiding all our sorrow and stress and upset and whatever it is. And of course, since then, thanks to Hara's help, I opened up. I found that these people were not as scary as I thought. So I started connecting with more and more friends, particularly my fellow healing practitioner, whom I feel a connection with. Some of these people I might have met only once in real life. Some of them I met them in like online chat group, and I always need to prepare myself and say, okay, maybe it's okay to just test them, and I do. And it's always okay, because the worst that happens is the person say, yes, great idea, but I'm busy. Maybe later, and that's fine too. So now I have this whole group of friends. We all help each other. When we notice each other is not feeling our best, we ask them, we listen. We also talk about our hopes and dreams. We talk about our happy days and what we are grateful for as well. It's not always just upset, And a lot of time we also do a lot of experiments, and especially, sometimes when we listen to a friend talk about their worries, it could be like around and around and around, and going nowhere. We already look at all the worries in different angles, so now what? So usually when that happens, we would suggest let's do something. And I would like to share one of these something with you. It's very simple. I call it sit quietly together for a bit. And I think for some of you might just know that I'm talking about doing a meditation. I try not to use that word because it's quite a scary word for some people. I know that because I was scared by this word. When my husband first suggested I start doing meditation because it's so nice, I resisted the idea for 3 years. I used to think that only people who are very special can do it. I thought only Kung Fu masters can do it. I thought only people who love everyone can do it. And when I finally sat down and just go for it, of course, I do some practice and I do it again and again, and eventually I can reach the state of relaxation very easily. I kind of get into my inner world very easily, or outside world, or in between. It is very, very simple. Now I will share with you one way to do it by doing this special breathing. I call it 4-4-4-4. So what it is we would, of course, always the same, find somewhere comfortable to sit or even lie down. It depends whether you're by yourself at home or when you're with your friend, the space that you have. So we will breathe in and we count 4 counts for the inhale breath. And then we hold it for 4 counts. And then we exhale for 4 counts. And then we hold that for 4 counts. And then once again breathe in for 4 counts. And hold it for 4 counts. And breathe out for 4 counts. And then hold for 4 counts. And we will do this for maybe 5 cycles, maybe even 10 cycles. It depends how much time we need to calm down. And if you find that 4 counts is too long, just do 3 or even 2. Because the idea is that after the breathing, we will start relax down into the relaxation. So I don't want you to start counting too quickly, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't want you to be suffering with the holding the breath. So just do on your own pace and your capacity. There is no right, no wrong with meditation. All we do is just sitting quietly, enjoying the relaxation, and you don't need to try even to empty your mind. If a thought comes, just let it go. And if that thought comes and just kind of just stay there like a dark cloud, you can identify and say, oh, okay, this is my worry. And okay, thank you. I see you now. I have noted down. I'm going to look at you later. Or I'm going to talk with my friend later. And then you continue to breathe and relax. And when you feel it's done now, it's enough, just open your eyes and note down anything that you felt was different from usual. Maybe you will feel something in somewhere in your body. Some people will have some memories coming up. They might even see some pictures that they're not sure where it's from. Maybe it carries some information. Maybe people would just only have an understanding and knowing of a situation. So I always write it down. Some of my friends don't. They just look at it, they understand it, and then it's fine too. And if you're doing it with a friend, of course you would just wait till both of you are ready, and then you can talk about what your experience was like, and you can let each other know your comment. Say if a friend now say to you the word that come up, you can listen and then tell them your perspective. Usually after an exercise like that, people are more willing to open up to talk, and also they're more willing to listen because they're so calm and relaxed. And it's very, very powerful when we do it with a friend or even in a group. I give you an example. Recently I did this sitting together quietly over the internet with a friend called Jonathan. I was looking into getting more grounded, and I noticed that he is so grounded. He's present. He's like one of those statues from Easter Island. And he worked with his hand. He worked with reclaimed wood to make furniture. So I asked him, okay, can you tell me some tips? He wasn't sure how to tell me. He was like, I'm just like this. But then when we sat together quietly over the internet, I started feeling my legs became more solid. It was as if his special quality activated my potential. So you see, it's always really wonderful experience. I hope you will share this little experiment with your friend. And if you don't know how to tell them, you can show them this video. So let me just see if I missed out anything that I prepared. Yes. So my last thing I want to say now is that if you enjoy supporting your friend, if you enjoy helping your friend, give your friends the chance to have this enjoyment. They also want to give you support and help, but then they just never have the chance until you open up. And it's not that scary, not at all. So hopefully, starting from now, we will build a loving connection network with all our friends through holding hands. Now, let me now introduce to you this here, I hope, is Hara Kajiki and her beautiful smile. And here is one of her guided meditation. Her name in Greek, Hara, means joy. So she's the best person to show you joy and beingness meditation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me. See you tomorrow.